If you have to get dressed in front of a boyfriend, undressed, are you ever embarrassed, or do you know that it looks really good?
No, I have to get to know them better.
Right. Do you go like this because you think maybe they're too small, or?
No, I don't do that, but I think I'm probably shy in the beginning.
Right.
I'm taking my clothes off for, you know.
The first time.
Worrying about whether my, ass looks good and stuff.
Yeah, I know. It's a horrible moment, isn't it?
It is.
Because now I know it's gone so far that nobody sees me nude, not even me anymore.
Well, I think it's probably better to make sure that they're, you've kind of got them hooked.
Yeah. And also to do it in the dark the first few times.
Yeah, candlelight's always nice.
Really?
Yeah.
I picture hours on lighting going, okay, come in now.
I do prepare the room. I actually light all the candles and turn the lights off. A couple of glasses of wine always makes you look better too.
So they're passed out by the time you've made your entrance.
Well, their eyesight's a little bit fuzzy and blurry, and
And then what kind of person? I mean, do you like a person who goes, oh well, your stomach's hanging up, but I still like it, or do you like, if somebody's so good looking, they're also going to take themselves seriously. So are you going now for the guy who's maybe not so good looking but quite funny?
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
You're going for that. Good.
I'm going for someone that has lots of humanity.
Yeah.
Compassion.
And a lot of female and male in them, which is...
That's always good.
Yeah. Did you always look for that, or does this just come with enlightenment?
I think I unconsciously went for it. I couldn't put my finger on it. I couldn't say that's what I wanted, but I think that's what I instinctually wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
And is it important that they're successful?
Yeah, but by successful I mean just doing what they want to do with their life. Yeah.
Right.
Passionate about what they do.
Could you love a plumber seriously?
If he loved
his plumbing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm really glad to know that.
Yeah. Why? Do you have a plumber you want to fix me up with?
I have an AA guy, because Julie Walters, something was wrong with her car, so she called automobile service. They came over and she married him. I mean, you find them in odd places.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. The fire department
how?
has some great-looking guys.
I know.
We had the fire department.
No,
arrive,
I've
and
seen firemen driving around in trucks, and some of them have been really gorgeous.
And do you ever think, oh, I wish I could talk to them? Mm-hmm. But it's hard for you, isn't it?
Yeah, but sometimes I do.
And can they get over it?
Yeah.
Really? Do you have to make the first move?
Always.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, back to the plumber. I just want to know about this because I thought that was interesting.
Okay.
Do you mind that? Oh. So, okay, she already said that if you met somebody who was truly into being in, does it bug you that, like, he's going to feel like the wife eventually? I mean, how do you get over that one? Because you obviously know what's going on. You know how to... that's what I'm saying.
How
do you get out of that?
As long as he's got something where he feels a sense of accomplishment,
right.
And he's passionate about it, then I think that having a strong sense of self is going to keep you from feeling, like you're the inferior person. Other than that, I mean, I'm sure there's always going to be some kind of feeling of insecurity. I don't know. That's his work that he has to do.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm in love with them, then I would treat them with as much respect as I could.
What's the catch that always splits it up? I mean, I don't...
They're not happy with what they're doing, and then they start focusing on what I'm doing,
right.
and they're jealous, and they can't deal with it, or they're intimidated by the attention I get. And they're concentrating on me instead of themselves.
Yeah, they latch on to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then you bust their balls, and then they get angry at you, and so on. It has a kind
and
of...
then you have to say, get a life, and then they say...
No, this has happened to me, too.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, not good, but I mean, so
no,
you can relate.
I understand. Because they get
no,
you...
I mean, good.
No, they like you because you're interesting. And then they get you, and they say, well, sweetheart, why don't you stand at, that whole thing of standing at the corner with the martini. Yeah. So you're punished for what they liked in the first place.
Yeah.
And so you get in a catch.
You can't win.
Kind of thing. What was Warren Beatty like? Just tell me. I know that's none of my business, but if you could just... What was he like? I mean, was it a great coup to, like, get this guy? Does he have a great personality?
Yes, he does. He's a great personality.
And he's funny, I bet.
Very funny, and he's really smart.
Yeah.
I definitely spent a couple hours each day picking his brain.
Right.
Yeah.
I can imagine that.
Yeah.
That's what comes across.
Yeah.
And were you sad that he kind of, or was that just like an interim to teach you and then you're on to the next anyway?
Was I sad?
Sad that it finishes. This seems like a real...
I'm sad that every relationship finishes.
Yeah,
I cared for him. I loved him.
I mean, is there a point where you really grab on and say, please don't go, please don't go?
Yes, I have done that in my life.
Have you?
Yes.
I
And
have
I'm not
too.
telling you with who.
And have you called up late at night and then when they answered you...
But I love you!
Have you done it? Have you done it?
Of course.
Yeah, I have recently.
Recently?
Yeah.
Oh, heavens no. No, not recently.
All right.
I'm sure it will happen again, though.
I know, when they go, and then you want it more.
Well, of course, you always want what you can't have. You always want what just slammed the door in your face.
Totally.
Yes.
But have you learned now, like, because, you know, eventually the cycle of it is so obvious to you that you just say, oh, well, next?
I don't think I ever say next.
You don't?
No, you always go through a mourning period, and a period where you have to get over them, even though you know you weren't for each other, or all you did was fight, or you were never happy. It doesn't matter. You still, I do, still really miss the person for a long time.
So do you go for another type? Like, you learned your lesson now, so now just really go for the plumber?
No.
Or do you still fall for the same person over and over?
I sort of go back and forth. If I'm with like a really exacting, controlling person for a while, I tend to go for the opposite, like someone who's really irresponsible and spontaneous and more adventurous. And then once I've had a lot of chaos in my life, I tend to go back and want someone who's more in control. And
who do you think is the husband then? Who's going to be the
someone
seed bearer?
in between, someone right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
And have we spotted anyone?
Yes, we have.
Oh, good. Okay. In America. It's a plumber, isn't it? Just admit it now, it's a plumber.
No, it's not a plumber, but I could see him fixing my sink.
Good. That's important. I married a man because he could reach the light sockets. That was my priority.
That's a good reason.
And as you get older, the reason for marrying them becomes smaller and smaller.
Really?
Because it's like the Herod sale. You know, everything must go. So eventually, I mean, they just have two legs.
Yeah, but their mind. That's why you've got to marry someone with a mind.
I married somebody with a mind. Well, who
see,
also knows my game. So you need somebody who knows your game, madam.
Absolument.
And says, get the lighting in the wrong position, show those chins, be funny, and then get out there and be talented.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that was the only thing with sex. Is that
Warren used to say that, actually.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
And why didn't you listen?
Because he was always in my light. Because he was always hogging the good light.
But you know what's the problem, too, is you're still beautiful. The minute the looks go anyway, like these things all kind of readjust themselves anyway.
Well, I'll adapt to it.
Yeah, you will. I think you will. You don't think you'll go nuts. I mean, you're too smart.
No, because I'll have Inky, Binky, and Twinkie to play with.
And be very, 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 very rich.
Yes, that always helps.
Doesn't it help? I mean, how much of us, you know, when you're living with yourself and you're the, you know, because if you're a control person to other people, are you held to live within your own head?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what gets on your nerves about you? I'll tell you what gets on my nerves about me. What gets on your nerves about you?
I hate myself when I can't wait for someone to call me and I have to call them first.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're suddenly the sucker.
And I don't want to. When I don't want to wait, I can't just be patient and wait for things to come to me. I have to grab them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Totally.
that
But that's the
bugs me.
control freak syndrome.
I guess.
And you would have been like that anyway.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, when you come from a big family, the only way you get something is if you grab it. If you wait for it to get you, someone else gets it first.
That's true. But I think that's a good quality.
Yeah, well, it comes in handy in the entertainment business.
Oh, I bet it does.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Well, you're surrounded by, sorry, but sycophants. It seems to me. You know, like the music business is famous for people.
So is the TV biz and the film biz and anything where if you have money and power, there's an asshole kissing your ass.
You can say an asshole, yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
Do you know how to, and one thing I just have to ask you is when you fake an orgasm.
I never have.
You've never faked an orgasm?
I have never. I'm not getting out of the bed until he makes me come.
Really?
That's right.
That's amazing. And do you tell him this is what you have to do? See, I'm too embarrassed. I hand him booklets.
You do not.
I swear to you, I can't say.
Well, your husband must be watching this
Well,
right now.
He knows.
Can't he learn a lesson?
He knows because, you know, I've trained him.
Because you've told him on TV in front of thousands of people.
I never told him on TV. He already knows what. But I'm talking about, like, for
He knows
other
what you
people,
like.
I could never tell them. So you don't just fake it and go, oh, I'd just rather eat a pizza.
No.
Really?
No.
God, you're much more sexual than I am. That really surprises me.